Okay, welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in on our Women Empowerment Wednesdays. As you can see, today I have my best friend as a guest, which is Cassy.
Hey.
Cassy here is going to discuss the truth with us and discuss, us living in our truth. So here we are. And I picked her because I feel like she's like one of the most truthful people I have met, and I feel like this is one of the people that I know that actually live in their truth and don't have no regrets. So, I mean, let's just jump into it. I'll put her Instagram, Snapchat, and also Cassy is going to be starting YouTube. So once you follow her on Instagram, then she'll be able to post it, and then we'll remind you guys of this message at the end. Okay? When I say truth, I mean like who you really are. And I know a lot of people struggle with being able to word who they are. Like I know I struggle with being able to word who I am, but I know who I am, if that makes sense.
It's more of like, instead of speaking, you're being. You
right.
Actions speak louder than words. So you be who you are, not just say who you are.
Right. And so when I say like living in your truth and knowing who you are, then it's like showing what you do, or even being able to say you do it, but you still have to show it. You still got to be able to say, I clean up, and show people that you actually clean up. Like you can't just say something and it don't follow up with your actions. So I didn't really give many bullet points on this, you guys. What we did was we just decided that we'll make this a discussion. I do want to sometime in this video give us a chance to have like a confession session. And when I say confession session, I mean where we can make a confession about ourselves, something that we feel like is us and we feel like we want to share. So I'm going to ask you, Cass, how do you feel like, I mean, what makes you feel like, or what made you feel like it was time for you to, get to your truth or start living your truth and not live by what other people think or what other people say?
It just got to a point where, as you get older, you get tired of people telling you what you have to be, what society wants you to be. And it's like, it can be, it's stressful on you, and it's just like, how do I say, it's tiring, basically. It's just tiring. Mm-hmm. You don't want to keep up some facade of who you are and who you're not, even if it is you, you feel like, oh, well, I'm doing this. Just like how when you talk to a lot of people and they say things like, yeah, I wasn't really like that when I was younger. I was just trying to keep up with everybody else, or something like that. It's just like that. As you get older, you get tired of, doing things that, you don't really care for, or being seen as that person.
Right. I feel like that too. Just you get it's like you get over trying to be something you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like,
yeah, you get it, well, like you said.
Go ahead, my bad. My bad, go ahead. No, yeah, it's like you over trying to be something you're not. Like, I feel like when it came down to me, I always kind of lived my truth, but at the same time, I had like this side of me that was like, I gotta do this.
You held it back, basically. You held it back. Right. You didn't show everybody. Because, yeah, I know. I completely understand that.
Right. So it's like, when you get to the point to where you're like, man, I'm not finna keep faking for you. Like, I'm and then you'll be like, I'm free. And then on top, let's talk about free too. I want to talk about free. On top of like, having some type of freedom, then that gives you like this good push to want to be yourself. Because if you don't, plus on top of having people around you that's free, I mean, you want to set your surroundings around people who actually enjoy being themselves, or who don't care about what somebody else thinking when it comes down to being themselves.
Because that's when people start being fake. You think there's somebody and not, and then so and that's just what it is. Right. It's like, so once you get to a certain age, you faking, it's like just being fake. That's not how you are. That's not what you really do. You might say this, but that, and then people get caught up in it, and
and it just causes like
wrong road.
Yeah, it's just too much drama. It's a lot going on when you're not trying to be yourself. So, and I feel like truth like is a really big topic when it comes down to self-love, because I mean, if you love yourself enough, then you're gonna be like, okay, I love myself enough to be me. I'm not about to be someone else just because this likes it, or because he likes it or she likes it. It's more so like, I'm gonna live in this truth because I love what I live in, and you know, that's that.
Ultimately, you're happier. You'll be happy
Right.
knowing that you're not trying to, oh, should I not act like this or like that? And, you know.
Yeah, like, and then, you know, and I feel like if you get around people that don't allow you to be you, or don't allow you to live in that truth, then you kind of fall back into that space of not even loving yourself. Because then you come around these people, and you're always around this crowd that doesn't enjoy the you. They only enjoy the
what you're faking.
The you that you give them. So it's like, once I go back home, I'm not even gonna feel like me. And you know, if you fake for so long, you practically you turn into that. I feel
Exactly.
like,
So that's another reason why it's like people who say, I'm not really like this or I'm not like that. It's like you act away for so long, and sometimes people put it up as a defense mechanism. Sometimes that's what it is, but sometimes it's yeah.
Yeah, it just helps you grow, for sure. I wrote down, how did we get our truth, or how did I get to my truth? Do you want to share your story first? Or I mine, you know, it doesn't matter. I want to kind of make it really quick.
In
short.
general, not speaking on the story and stuff like right now, I just feel like with that, it's just going through the stuff in your life and figuring out what it's like. Is this making me happy? Am I going to sacrifice this for that? You know, am I going to sacrifice my happiness for just this kind of action? Or to, let's say, you know, I used to have a hard time saying no to people, you know, because I just want, not even that I just want people to like me or anything like that. It's that I want them to know that I'm a caring person. But sometimes I would say yes to things that are ultimately taking basically most of my time, or, you know, most of my effort, that I don't have effort for my own self. And so I had to, and then it, you know, it makes you unhappy. And so with that, you know, I just had to start saying no. And now I'm just like, I can say, no, I'm sorry, but I ain't gonna do that. And some people might think I'm rude, or they might, sometimes I've been working on that too, because sometimes some people think I come off as rude, as you know, but sometimes I just like, I will just say what I think. I'm not gonna, I held back for so long for other things, and it's just like, it doesn't go right when you hold back and people think you're okay with things. Girl. Or, you know, they yeah. So it's like, now you just gotta say how you feel, and if they don't like it, then that's on them. If they know that you're coming from a good place, or even if you're not and you're pissed off, I guess you could say, you know, if they know your heart and they know you're expressing your feelings, then they'll know you're honest, know you're, you know, you're 100. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, I understand, bro. Like, I feel like I agree. I highly agree. And you get tired. You get tired of people being able to take advantage too. So I feel like that's you know, once you hit that mark in your life where you're like, man, just wasted my time, you know, then it's like you're able to pick it up. But I feel like
you gotta bring people, you gotta bring yourself to your own kind of level. Like, you know what level that you should be at, or you know what you aspire to be at. So don't hold yourself back on, you know, that's basically what it is. It's holding yourself back from what you could be and what your potential, and lifting yourself up.
Wow. Yeah. That's a big point, because a lot of people don't uplift themselves, but they expect for everybody else to do it. And it's both ways or no way, really, because
it might not be genuine when they're always waiting for somebody else to tell them. They might just be like, oh yeah, but it's not genuine, and you can feel when that's not genuine. So you got to do it for yourself before somebody else could do it for you, for real.
Yeah, for real though. So that's kind of how I took a look at it, y'all. I felt like I kind of felt like I was forced into just coping to myself and being able to live the way I want to live. You know, I got to the point where I was, I felt alone, and I just was like, okay, since I'm by myself, I'm about to work on it. Like, because I feel like that's a good time to work on yourself. I feel like once you get closed in and you in that one space with just you, then it's just so much easier. You don't have nothing else around you to distract you, or you don't have, all other people around you to distract you. You don't have these thoughts and these worries about people that you kick it with or people that you hang with. And so it gives you like a more, it's like just being by yourself.
Peace of mind.
For a while. I feel like once you're by yourself for a while, then you learn what it's like to take care of yourself, and you learn what it's like to be yourself. Because, I mean, it's just you. Even if I did have these worries in the back of my thoughts that, oh, somebody else may see this, or, she may not like it if I post this, or, if I felt like that, I'm still in this space to myself to where I can be me, and I don't have to worry about this person watching, that person watching, or this person judging, and that person saying this. I don't have to worry about mixing up other people's thoughts. It's just a lot when you got a lot going on. I feel like at one point in my life, I had a lot going on, and it's like right after that, I was able to literally get to myself and enjoy it, and just be me. So it made it so much easier. Like I feel like it was kind of forced on me, but I feel like that was the best way for me to get it done. To just I feel like that's why I've always been like that. Just do it type of person. I feel free all the time. I'm always like in this free mode in my head, like where I'm just be you. Like you don't have to do all that for this person.
You have control of your own self.
Right,
and
right.
That's a good feeling, especially.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was listening. I was listening.
Good spot to be in. It's like breaking chains, especially the first time it happens. It's like, man.
It's like,
exactly.
Those good breaths you gotta take. Those good deep breaths, and you just be like, I swear, it just feels like that. It just feels like, okay, all right, now let's do this. That's just how I felt. I felt like that at one point, and I felt like if I wasn't able to get to that, I would have never been able to get to where I am now. So I needed that. I needed that force on being lonely and being able to enjoy my loneliness and just, And
you are very who you are. You are very who you are. Personally speaking, because if you want to do something, you're gonna go and do it. If you feel a type of way, it'll be known. And I just feel like it's better that way, not only for other people but for yourself.
Right. It's just too much. It's a lot trying to hold stuff in. It's a lot trying to hide a lot of stuff. It's a lot. It's just a lot to do. And okay, I'm not lazy, but I am low key lazy, and I haven't got time to be trying to think about all the extra stuff that I can't show.
Right, all these extra maneuvers just to.
It's just a lot, and I feel like you stress yourself out like that. You just will stress smooth the hell out if you just sit here and you just always holding something in your brain.
People, they still get stuck in that. Even when they're 25, 27, like they get into it's also about responsibility. Your responsibilities and what you take out of responsibility and what you value, I feel.
Right. I agree. Okay, but I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But what was saying? Like I was saying, I feel like you gotta put yourself in that position where you focus on nothing but you, and that's a good way to get to. That's a good way to get to your truth. That's a good way to find out who you really are, and actually enjoy who you really are before you go out and show it. I feel like a good way to savor, or soak it up. Enjoy who you are, so that when you do go out and you show everybody, or that you feel as free as you actually are, and you show everybody you free as you actually are, then you won't get uncomfortable again. Because then, now it's like, I've enjoyed it. I know who I am. I know what I want to do. I know what I want to be, It's like,
with that being said, I feel like a lot of the thing is with you're supposed to pick who you want to be, what you want to do at a very young age. And then that's just it. Just like going off to college and stuff like that. The traditional way, I guess you could say, is people want, go to school, graduate high school, do this. Okay, what do you want to do? Right after that, you're supposed to know what you want to do. So you're already trained in your mind to know what you want to do. And then you have the people who were raised to know their parents want them to be this way and that way. And they're not. So once they're actually free, sometimes they don't know. Like, it's like rediscovering yourself.
Right. And then you have to actually sit there and learn it. You have to actually sit there and actually listen to yourself, listen to your gut sometimes, listen to some of the things you think. And I feel like meditation was a really big step for me, like a really good part for my life, because I feel like that's where I was able to actually sit there and think to myself, as well as be able to release some of the thoughts I would think to myself. So it's like, if you're able to actually get a peace of mind at some time of the day, at any time while you in this alone, then do it, because then it'll allow you to, branch off your thoughts, and then you'll be able to go off of that, because we still got to think how this is all still psychological. Like, you still got all your brain, and you can be happy as you want, but if your brain is telling you something else, then you're probably going to follow what your brain is saying. So it's good to be able to train your thoughts and really get them on the correct thoughts, so that you don't go out with the wrong thoughts, or you don't, constantly put yourself down. And you're not saying it out your mouth, but in your head, it's like saying it the same way. Because if you put yourself down, then what's the point?
That's why I feel like it's important to have, like you said, a piece of your own time. Like separate from your partner. You could be somebody with your partner, but you also got to be somebody by yourself. With your best friend, you guys are both like the same stuff, but you got to be something by yourself. You gotta, you gotta just do you, and you gotta have that separate time aside. You have to, or else you will drive yourself crazy if you don't got no kind of time for yourself.
Right, and I know that most of us are mothers. Most of us have nothing but stuff to do. We always running. We always gotta clean. We always gotta cook. And people who are wives, they gotta do even double that, because it's like, it's just more. And so if you don't have a mindset to be able to give yourself something, then you will lose yourself in general.
Exactly. So you gotta have something. You gotta, I don't have the best schedule, but one of the good things is kind of finding a balance of, like, if your life is crazy, then it's gonna like reflect. If you're not taking the accountability or doing what you kind of do, have no kind of schedule, things like that, it's gonna be falling in shambles with like financial things like that. And then it's like, you're already gonna feel aside from yourself. You're already gonna feel like not yourself, because shit's not on. Things are not on top.
Right. So yeah, that's what that's how I feel like that's a good way to get to your truth. Just be able to get to yourself and, think about it. Most of the time you think about it. I didn't really write anything else down. So is there anything you want to share?
About living in the truth. Man.
Or do you want to do our confession session?
Confession session. Okay. Okay, yeah, you go first.
Okay. Let's see. Let me make a confession right quick. A confession session. I want this to last maybe about 1 to 2 minutes ish. So however many we can get in within that time, that's fine.
Okay.
And we can go back and forth if you want, or it's 7:33, so 34, 35. Let's say till 7:35, 7:36 ish.
Okay.
So I feel like, let's see, my first confession. And this is something, and when I say like confession, it can be anything, but I'm really looking for, more of something that you feel like either broke you from being able to live your truth, or something that you feel like either pushed you to be able to live your truth. And it could be
Okay.
something about you. It could be something you feel about other people. It can be, anything. Just make a
Something
confession.
you witnessed, or yeah, I go to
Right. Just make that confession, right? I feel like something that kept me from living my truth was the people I always lived around. Yeah.
I agree. That definitely affects you. Even if you're completely different from let's say you're completely different from your family, you're still going to have, I guess, traits of how your family is and how your home life is.
Right.
One of the things that I would say kept me from my truth was just like I was, when I had moved to that small town with predominantly white people. It's a different kind of culture, I guess you could say, than it is from Southern California, how people are, and it's more diverse, and they look at you any type of way for just doing something that you think is normal. You know what I'm saying? Or, not proper enough. Not that everyone was proper, but they have a different way of how to, and that's part of that's part of changing myself. I mean, yes, I'm fine with, making my speech better, but it was like they're forcing me to not be who I was.
Right. Understood, ma'am. I feel like also I'm gonna do one more and then you can do one more, I guess. Honestly, y'all, at this point in my life, my confession now. So I gave y'all a confession on what I felt like made me not be able to get there, and then I'm gonna give you a confession of what I feel like while I'm here. I feel like I'm the shit.
Hey,
Hey,
what it's supposed to be.
like, I literally put myself first when I think about anything. And this comes down to my child, my husband, my family, my friends, like anything that crosses my mind, I have to put me first. And if me agree, then me will do it. So it's like I check with myself a lot. I always check with myself.
Are you gonna be okay with that decision, or how's it gonna affect you? So
right.
You're putting other people in mind, but you're also putting what you can't
Right.
compromise.
When you have so much love for somebody, or you have so much care for someone more than you have for yourself, then you don't check with yourself most of the time, and you always find yourself in a predicament where you help someone and then it comes back and it bites you in the ass because you didn't check with yourself to make sure that that's what you wanted to do, or to make sure that that's what will make you happy, so
Yeah,
like once you check with yourself, it just gives you more of assurance, and you just more so in this security type mindset, and you're good. It makes you feel better.
you feel like you're making the best decision for what you need your life to be, with family, friends, those kind of relationships, and yourself.
Right. And so I always check with myself, y'all. That's one of my favorite parts about being able to live in my truth. I can just say something and I can feel how I feel, and I don't give a damn. It's like I have to do it.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. That's just like why I have basically cut off certain relationships, because some are going to be toxic to you. Some are not going to allow you to grow. So sometimes in order to grow, you got to let people go, family and friends. You got to do it just for yourself. And that's the bottom line. You got to make sure, because if you're stressed about something else, or if this relationship is causing you stress, and I'm talking about partner relationship or just friendship or the relationship in your family, that is going to cause you to be upset, and just your mental health is important.
And your
And a lot
emotion.
of people think that they're fine when they're going through problems with their mental health, and it's tearing them down, and it's making them not work as hard, or things like that, and you're just going to be stressed. And that's mental health goes after your mental health goes, your physical health can go too. Right now, shoot, I be caring. I care, but at the same time, I don't. Nowadays I put my mental health up front.
Right.
Up front, because if mine isn't there, how how are my kids going to be able to talk to me, or, you know, how am I going to be able to deal with them, cope with them if I'm having this, you know, and it's something like all this internal damage inside, you know, you're not going to be able to really have the greatest and the fullest relationship with your child, with your husband, boyfriend, you know, family, friends,
right.
you know.
I feel like that was a good conversation that was needed. Actually, I love that topic. I really do. Oh, we need to take a thumbnail. Let's take a thumbnail real quick. You guys, well, I don't even remember where I left off at really. So what I'm gonna just say is go add us on Instagram. I'm gonna put her Instagram in the description. Description. I'm talking about description screen. What is that? So we're gonna put her Instagram and Snapchat in the description for you guys. Make sure y'all stay tuned because she is starting a YouTube really, really soon.
Yes,
so I need to go follow her and make sure you like and comment. You subscribe to her channel because I'm gonna shout it out. Okay, y'all know it. And please stay tuned for more Women Empowerment Wednesdays and also more Women Empowerment Wednesday episodes with Cassy. Okay, so because I actually freaking love having good conversations with this girl, y'all. So let's get tuned in about it. Anybody else that you guys want to do any type of collabs or any type of
send questions in,
right? Any questions, anything, just comment, all that stuff. Add us on Insta so that you can get in touch with us both. Also add my Instagram, my nonprofit Instagram, which is InnerQueens, and just keep coming through. I'm so excited. I really do. I really, really do appreciate you guys' support, and I really appreciate you ones who actually watch these videos every freaking Wednesday. Remember, giveaway at 100 subscribers, 250, 500, and 1,000. Honestly, I'm about to start the giveaway now since I'm already at like 76 subscribers, I think. So I'm about to start the giveaway now, and let's see if when I reach 100, then I'll give away what I'm gonna give away. Okay. So that's it for this episode on Women Empowerment Wednesdays. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you later.